I'm going to talk to you today about the secrets to a happy marriage. I'm not going to talk to you my own things, but I'm going to talk to you Bible, and I'm going to talk to you spirit of prophecy, and I'm going to talk to you science. Now, what is science? Is science bad? Is science bad? Lisa? Is it bad? Or is it good? What is science? What is the definition of science?
For me, I feel like it's good and bad sometimes.
It's good and bad. So basically, the definition of science just means knowledge. Knowledge. Science means knowledge. So there's a verse in the Bible which says that my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And yes, we can pray for successful marriages. But if you do not have the knowledge, if you do not do it scientifically, and then we will not be successful. We must do things according to God's way of doing things. And theology is also a science, because it's also knowledge. So secrets to a happy marriage. So you see that young couple up there, cute couple. So that was my wedding picture where the pastor said, you may kiss the bride. So when the pastor, you may kiss the bride, so that is the marriage. And in any relationship, there is going to be, ups and downs. There's no relationship on this earth. That there's no, they'd say they didn't have an argument, there was never a challenge in the relationship. So every relationship has got challenges, and we have to prepare now for those challenges. Even though you're not married yet, even though you're not in a relationship yet, but you will have the tools now that you will use one day when you are married. And the knowledge that you gain here today, Sister Rachel, you can use it for yourself, and you can also help other people with the knowledge. So Matthew 19 verse 4 and 6 it says, and he answered and said unto them, if ye have not read that, have ye not read that which he made them in the beginning, made them male and female. God made them male and female. God made Adam and Eve. God didn't make Adam and Steve. But today, what do we see? We see there's gay marriages that is being done, is now legal. And in the past, in Moses' time, you're going to be stoned for this. But now today, it's legal. So do you see how the world is progressing? How more immoral and immoral the world is becoming. So God made them male and female. For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh. Now, wherefore they are no more twain but one flesh. What therefore God has joined together, let no man put asunder. So we should respect marriages. We should respect what God has put together. No man can put asunder. Even if a married couple stays by your house, but still you must respect them. That is what the word of God is saying. And the spirit of prophecy even says that God does, if you disrespect somebody's marriage, God can even take away your life. That's what the spirit of prophecy is teaching us. So the two shall be one. So to be one with someone is to be one in mind. You are one in mind, you are one physically, and you're one financially. So when I get my salary at the end of the month, then I need to make a budget. You see, me and my wife, we need to sit together and we need to make a budget. And we need to decide. I mustn't decide on my own, I'm going to do this. She must also decide there and use her womanly intuition also to help to make the budget. That is mean to be one in your finances. And you shouldn't do things behind your wife's back. Like when I buy things, and I bring home the slippies, the slips, and she will always tell me, you know what, I saw you bought this and you bought that. It's right. She must be able to check what did you buy and things like that, because you are one. There was one, my grandmother's neighbor, she once told me that it was just after we married, but I quickly went to do something by my grandmother's house. She said to me, Randall, you know, the married life is not a one-man life. It's not a lonely life. It's a two-person life. So you are becoming one in everything. So relationships are complex. Relationships are complex. So everyone in this world is different. Everyone in this world is different. So even Adam and Eve. If you look at, Adam and Eve had sons, Cain and Abel. So Cain and Abel, they got the same upbringing. They got the same upbringing, but still they turned out differently because God made them differently. And so God creates each and every one of us differently. And also He made your husband or your wife different than what you are. So you can't expect your husband or your wife to think the same way like how you are thinking. They are different. You must accept them in that different way how they are. You will never change them. You can never change your husband and your wife. Even the most cleverest PhD psychologist can't come up with a way to change the prisoners in the prisons. So in the prisons, you go to prison, you become guilty of a crime, and are in prison. So now, the smartest PhD psychologist can't change them. He can't change their behavior. The success rate of trying to rehabilitate prisoners is next to nothing. Because they even spend $1 million to rehabilitate the inmates. With the success rate of next to nothing. So that basically means that we cannot change each other. You cannot change your husband, you cannot change your wife, but you can change yourself. So women should be respected. Your wife needs to be your queen. You must respect your wife. Your wife needs to be your queen, not your slave. When God made Adam, when God made Eve for Adam, He took Adam out of the rib He took Eve out, He made Eve out of the rib of Adam to signify that Eve must be his partner, it must be his side. How do you say, man? Must be his equal. It must be his equal. So it mustn't be, he didn't take Eve out of the foot bone to be stamped upon. So your wife is not your slave. Your wife is not your slave. So she doesn't always have to wash the dishes. She doesn't always have to wash your clothes. She doesn't always have to clean the house. It becomes boring to a woman to do those things every day. It becomes monotonous. And how the human brain works, the human brain wants new things. The human mind, the brain likes novelty. So if you do the same things over and over, it becomes boring. So you must, now and then, you must help your wife with washing the dishes and washing the clothes and everything and taking care of the kids. And that helps your wife to have a break. She can relax a little bit. And that will help you also in your relationship. Let's say you want to become intimate with your wife, and then she will remember, no, Randall washed the dishes for me and everything, and then she will have more time to spend with you, be quality time. But now you don't treat your wife like a queen, and then your wife is always tired, she's a slave. And then women needs connection. Women needs connection. So we men, we are very competitive. We want to solve problems and things. So let's say, for example, a woman, she will come home from work, and then what happens is that she maybe had a problem with a manager at work, whatever. So then that she will say, yo, but my manager did this to me and this and this and this, and then you will be like, you are competitive, you want to solve this thing, so you know what, tomorrow you must do this, né? And then you will see what the manager is, she will do everything like that. But women, they don't want you to do that for them. They just want you to listen to them and say, wow, how can she do it? You know, to connect, né, with them. Né? Women, they need connection. Né? So, and they also need openness and honesty. Né? So how the human brain works. Né? So we need to protect women and children. A man needs to protect women and children from physical danger. Né? That is how men think. Né? We must protect women and children from physical danger. Né? But not only physical danger, also we must protect them from emotional pain and suffering. Né? Emotional pain and suffering. So let's say that there's something that happened, né? Or how can I now say? Maybe you lost your wife's wedding ring or something like that, né? Or maybe you broke her favorite whatever, or you broke something or whatever, and she liked that thing. Now she will feel hurt most because of it. Ne? Now if you don't tell her, you will hurt her twice as much as if you tell her the first time, you know what, I lost the ring, whatever. Ne? So because now you excluding your wife from whatever, ne? And but a woman, a man cannot hide anything from his woman. Ne? He cannot hide anything from his woman. Because why? That's the moment you walk into the door, your wife already knows on your face that something is wrong. Ne? So if you do not tell your wife you lost the ring or you broke the vase, whatever the case may be, then you keep it away from her. Eventually she's going to find out. Ne? And when she finds out, she's going to feel hurt because of what you did. She will also feel hurt because you excluded her. You didn't tell her. So it will hurt her twice as much. Ne? So women, they love openness and honesty. Ne? Because a woman measures a relationship by the depth of the secrets that is being shared. Ne? So if, for example, people who are close, ne, they will share deep things with one another. Ne? If they are on a nice deep level, if you want to be on a deep level with your woman, you must share things with her. You must share secrets with her, and you must share it on a constant basis. Ne? But now, if you didn't tell her what happened, and then she finds out, you know, she won't admire you for that. Ne? So be open with your wives. Ne? They will love you for it. If you lie to your wife once, she will turn into a detective. Ne? She won't trust you for a long, long time, for years even. Ne? She'll be checking your phones, she'll be checking your emails, she'll be asking around for people. There's a thing that was on the TV, Cheaters. Ne? Cheaters. It's this company, they go and they spy on the people who is cheating and everything, and then they record you, and then they confront you. Ne? So your wife will become like that with you because she cannot trust you because you lied to her. Trust is like a trophy that you win. Ne? It's easy to lose the trophy, but if you want to build trust, it's easy to lose it, but it's difficult to get the trophy again. So that's how trust is. Ne? So for you to make your wife to trust you more again, ne? You must go and you must what you call this? Go the extra mile. You must go the extra mile in order to win her trust. Ne? For there is nothing hidden that will not be disclosed, and nothing concealed that will not be made known and brought to light. Jesus said, I have done nothing in secret. If you are a true Christian, you'll be open and honest with your wife. She will love you for it. Ne? And then, woman needs stability. Ne? Woman needs a stable relationship. You must have a plan. Ne? You must have a plan. So, you must at least say, okay, in 5 years' time, you must have a conversation with your wife. You say, in 5 years' time, this is what will happen. I will have this. But some women are very naive. They will believe the man that is making promises to them, even though he will not act out on that promises. Ne? So ask God to give you discernment. Ne? Ask God to give you discernment as a woman in order to know, is this really what He wants for you? Ne? And then women need commitment. Ne? Women need commitment. So I'm giving you now how the mind of the woman works. If you want the wife to be happy, ne, then you must do those things what I'm telling you. So women need commitment. Ne? So the worst thing you can do that shows a woman that you're not committed to her, ne, is if, let's say, you have an argument, and then you just walk away, or you go out of the house or whatever, ne, then that makes a woman very unhappy. Ne? They need to know from you that you are committed. Ne? And then resolution is needed to move on from conflict. So what that means is that, like, a woman thinks differently than a man. Ne? So you need to solve, let's say you have a problem in the marriage, ne? You must solve that thing first before all everything comes right. So you see there on the screen, there's a piece of clothing. We all wearing clothing, like the men. You see how we wear? So you see here is a pocket here, and here is a pocket, and here is a pocket. We have different pockets, ne? So that's how men's brains function. Ne? They compartmentalize things. Ne? The finances they put in the one pocket, the intimacy they put in the other pocket, and then let's say the fighting is in the other pocket, the work is in the other pocket, the church is in the other pocket. Ne? So men think like that. They compartmentalize things. But a woman, they carry most handbags. Ne? So they put everything in the handbag. You see? So they put the church, the money, the finances, the intimacy, everything is in there. So let's say, for example, you had an argument with your wife, ne? And after 15 minutes, you say, hi honey, come here, and then the wife will say, okay, and she opens the handbag, and then she will say, okay, there's the finances, there's the fighting, and then she closes the handbag. Ne? You won't be in the World Cup that night. Ne? So women, that's how they think. Ne? So first, if there's something wrong in the relationship, ne, then first solve that thing, so that all the other things will come right in your relationship. Ne? And the ladies punish by exclusion. Ne? So they will exclude you from things. Ne? They will exclude you from things. So that's how they put pain on you. When they want to punish you, they exclude you out of things. Ne? But ladies, that is very bad to do that. Ne? Don't exclude your husband, for example, from intimacy. Ne? Because intimacy for a man is a fundamental need. Ne? It's a fundamental need for a man. So yes, you punish, but don't punish him in that. Don't punish him in that way. Ne? So also, how women love conversation. Ne? Women love conversation. So for example, it's normal for a husband and a wife to go and work. Let's say the husband goes and works, the wife goes and works, then they come back and then they go and work, time away together, they come back. That's normal. Ne? That's normal. But when you come together at the end of the day, ne, you must be recharged. You need to recharge your batteries. Ne? So how do you recharge your batteries? Women love talking. Ne? Women love conversation. So for example, if your wife comes, but you first have to assess which one is the more tired. Ne? So let's say, okay, women love conversation, and then men, they love, for example, what is this? They love man cave, you know, like couch potato. When they come home, they just want 20 minutes or 30 minutes. They want to be maybe alone, you see. Maybe leave them like that, 20 minutes or 30 minutes. And then after you come and you interact. Yeah? But women love conversation. So what you do at the end of the day, you first assess which one is most tired. Yeah? Which one is most tired. And the one that is most tired needs to then be, the batteries needs to be recharged first. Yeah? So if it's the woman, instead of going to the man cave, men, you will say, hi honey, how was your day? Oh, nice, what did you do today? Even if it's 3 sentences, you don't have to talk a lot of things. Even 3 sentences, hi, how are you? You know, things like that. And then that, it recharges her, you see? And then, fellowship with your women. Ne? If you don't do that, if you don't come home at the end of the day and do that, that recharging of the batteries, you will ruin the emotional intimacy. You will drift further away from each other. Ne? And then listen to